And welcome back to the Constitutionals, episode 256. I'm your host, Chad White. This is the premier podcast for the website cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. I'm doing a little bit of friggin' maintenance on my notes here. This is why I hate doing things on whenever I have to edit something on the iPad using notation. Is that what it's called? It always messes up when I try to paste a link. This is ridiculous. It just linked to things inside of Notion. Notion, that's what it's called. Inside of Notion. I'm pissed. I just had to Google a bunch of stuff. All right. Okay, welcome back. We're back to the show. If you may notice, I am recording in the same shirt. I just recorded 3 episodes of a podcast today, or of podcasts, not a podcast. I refuse to change the shirt. And in fact, I'm going to take off one more button, baby. Yeah. If you're watching the video, you got almost a glimpse of my nips. And that is the title of the show, A Glance at My Nips. Okay. Let's start the show. Well, what's been going on? I started watching the last season of The Flash. It has been airing for about 3 weeks now. And I am about 4 weeks behind on show. So I started watching it. It's man, I just, when you've been with a series for so long, and not just Flash, I'm talking about the Arrowverse as a whole, and they let you down consistently. The last 5 years of this show has just not been good. It's been on for 9 years, and the last 5 years of this show has been a wave of up and down. And similarly, the same thing can be said about Arrow, the last couple of seasons of that show. And even though, hey, man, I like the people in the show. It's just that Warner gave them nothing to work with, and the Warner gave the writers and creators nothing to work with, and they've had to deal with literal scraps. And then when you take in the idea of doing 22 episodes per season. And then everybody basically hates their job, and people want to leave, all the actors at least, because they have to go to Vancouver and stay there for 6 to 8 months out of the year. I mean, and then Candace Patton had to deal with racism on set and passive aggressiveness from not from other actors, but from some big names. It's just ridiculous. It makes you guilty for watching it. You're sitting there going, oh, God. Ugh. Whatever. So I started watching that, and then what else? Did I watch any movies this week? I don't think so. Every day for the past 8 months, or for the past 6 months, I've been going, I should rewatch In the Heights again, and I have yet to do so. When's the last time I've seen that movie? I own it. Last time I've seen it probably was definitely before fall. But I listen to the music a lot. I love that movie. It's a great movie. It definitely might be one of my favorite movies. Up there, Les Mis is definitely one of my favorite musicals. That's it. Les Mis is my favorite musical. In the Heights is up there. Rent. It's not good, but it is the first one I've ever seen. The first musical. Proper. What's my favorite movie? I don't know. I just talked myself out of In the Heights being one of... Well, In the Heights is one of my favorite movies. But is Les Mis... I want to button up this shirt. It's getting strange. But not me. It's getting strange. I'm not getting strange. If you're a real Susio person, you understood that. What else is going on? This week, when I was doing my workouts, I go to the gym, and then I do Peloton stuff. As you can see the bike back there behind that chair, hitting in the shadows. And I decided Tuesday to start doing women's only classes, not women's only, but to only have women instructors, which was a bad choice. Because some of them they all talk about mental health and things, and that's not relegated to just women. It is, I can name a ton of guys who always do that mental health stuff. And I'm like, guys were sprinting, like today was running. Robin Arzon started talking about while we were in a full progressive run, who's going to tell your story and just stuff like that. And I had to turn down the thing. I was like, all right, well, let me just turn this down. Not feeling that. I just want to run. I just want to run. I just want to run. I was going to do an I Want to Rock parody, but I didn't feel like going through with it. Okay. Let's get on with the topic, the shows. I only have 4 things to talk about today. My fingers are so long. A.O. Scott is leaving the New York Times film critic section. He's going to be done reviewing films. He's been doing it since 1999. He's published 2,293 film reviews. He's watched essentially at his peak of reviewing movies, 1 movie a day, little less than 1 movie a day. I read through this and it's just astounding. I like A.O. Scott. I'm not a huge, again, I'm at a point where I'm kind of done with criticism as a whole, because I think, and I understand that people need to get paid. A.O. Scott is, he's not one of the bad ones, and then also I think fans are stupid, and he says something in this piece that really speaks to what I'm feeling about that situation. And again, there are a ton of critics I enjoy, and I want to see what they have to say about the situations, about things that they review, music, movies, games, all that stuff. Because I do think that's an important part of the zeitgeist. However, I do think that people take this way too seriously, and not the writers. I'm talking about the people who read it, and they'll just attack an entire publication. If you watch IGN reviews, this is something that really pisses me off. The YouTube extension / Firefox extension / Microsoft Edge extension, YouTube comments, hide YouTube comments, was found to have malware, and so now it's gone. It says it has malware. It's the extension, and it's gone, and so now I don't have a way to hide YouTube comments consistently, unless I use uBlock, and I have to, whatever. I have to click on the thing, and it's the whole thing. I hate comments, and I hate seeing people do anything. But I also have YouTube Premium, so on my iPad or my phone, if I watch a YouTube video or YouTube review of a game, people always say, "Oh, IGN always giving out 7 or 8s." IGN's not sitting together. Like, the entire company is not sitting together and going, "This game's going to get a 7. This game's going to get an 8. This game's going to get a 10. This game's going to get a 6." And then if people disagree with what you have to say, it just gets violent. I just think people are stupid. Anyway, A.O. Scott's leaving, and he gave his own exit interview, which was a funny thing to do. He talks about how he was pleased with the first couple of Spider-Man pictures, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. He even liked Revenge of the Sith, but then he says, "But I'm not a fan of modern fandom. This isn't only because I've been sworn on Twitter by angry devotees of Marvel and DC, and more recently Top Gun Maverick and Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's more that the behavior of these social media hordes represents an anti-democratic, anti-intellectual mindset that is harmful to the cause of art and antithetical to the spirit of movies." I love those sentences. I love those ideas, because when fandom has ruined everything. Either this is what I speak to when about the internet in general, but either you love something and it's the greatest thing in the world, or you hate something and it's the worst thing in the world. There's no middle ground, and even if there's a middle ground, it's okay, but it also sucks and it's the worst. And also I love it, and it's the greatest. It's so funny because places like Reddit, what other places? Places like Reddit are supposed to be, I can't think of another example, are supposed to be bastions for discussion, but when it comes down to it, it's Xbox versus PlayStation. It's Marvel versus DC. You can't enjoy things anymore. I might still enjoy superhero movies if it didn't come to, but this company can't do better than this company anymore. It's just become so hate-filled and angry, and and nobody, and I don't want to have to deal with all that and have to and have to hear some fat atheist Rick and Morty watcher talk about why he likes Ant-Man. Fan culture, AO continues, is rooted in conformity, obedience, group identity, and mob behavior, and its rise mirrors and models the spread of intolerant, authoritarian, aggressive tendencies in our politics and our communal life. Yes. Just that one thing alone is why I put this on the Constitutionals this week, the docket. I really agree to that. That really, it speaks to me. Like if somebody criticizes Beyonce or Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift, or Nicki Minaj, their fandoms should not come after somebody and like cause them to have to delete their Twitter or have to change their phone number because you're mad at them. And it spans like this type of stupidity and aggressive nature. And you know, and the worst part is like these are the same people that be like, oh, my mental health, it hurts. Those are the same people who would pull that card if you came right back at them. Anyway, these aggressive ideologies. I mean, it's against what Taylor and Ariana and I don't know about Nicki and Beyonce teach about, and against what Marvel and DC and Star Wars and the rest of things that people, and Stranger Things and the rest of the things that people love. Like you think those characters would go out? You think Superman would go out and go on Reddit and write a 10-page thesis about why there shouldn't be it doesn't matter if there's people of color in a Marvel movie or not or something? I don't know. So much anger. A.O. Scott is a fantastic reviewer. He says when he started, something like 400 films a year opened in Manhattan theaters. By the mid 2010s, it was closer to 1,000, and then the expansion of streaming and on demand has made things almost impossible to calculate how many features have come out. Some days he would start his day at 10 a.m. and then watch multiple movies and be done by 10 p.m. Ranging from art house movies up to the big blockbusters. He watches conservatively, he guesstimates about 300 a year. 7,000 maybe total since his review of My Dog Skip in 1999, I believe. You get an insight into how they dole out reviews, and it's more or less what you think. It's between him and Manola, and they just go, do you want this? Do you want this? Or, hey, can I take this? And I'll take this. Or how about rock, paper, scissors? Stuff like that. I'll turn off if you heard a click, it's because I leave the, I have things plugged into the Zoom H6, which are the iPad. That's one of the things. And it clicks if I leave on the microphone without it playing anything, or leave on the channel without it playing anything. He talks about how some movies he regrets saying were good, some movies he regrets saying were bad, some movies that he just never liked, like The Avengers. He doesn't like The Hangover. He thinks Love Actually is a bad movie, and I think Love Actually is a bad movie. I tried watching it. I turned it off. I said, I can't do this. And then he put his life at the movies in 5 reviews, including... Is this the movie that I'm thinking about? 7 Pounds. Wow. Okay. 7 Pounds. Starring Will Smith, The Gleaners and I, The Wolf of Wall Street, Moonlight, and Joker. And let me tell you, it looks like 7 Pounds and Joker are on there for reasons that you think they're on there for. That he does not like them. And I'm just looking at the taglines for these reviews, and boy, oh boy. Okay. Yeah, he said, yeah, I'm reading, I just read one sentence from, 7 pounds, and he does not like it. Anyway, A.O. Scott, goodbye. Apparently he's going to go to the book review section. See how long that lasts for. Okay. I don't know why I said that. It was kind of mean. Next up, the Hollywood Reporter, Rick Porter. Tubi joins Nielsen platform rankings, overtakes Pluto TV. This is important. There have been the streamers have been trying to, and broadcast networks and cablers have been trying to find a way to count better for the ratings, which is great for whether or not they continue with shows, and it's great for advertisers. It's not so good for audiences. Because sometimes I'll see a show's not doing well, and then I'll go, I should start watching it just to boost, because I haven't had a chance to, just to boost it up. Really, I mean, what it comes down to is if you like a show, you have to watch it all the time, like consistently watch it. You have to watch it day of, within that 3 days, within that first week, and then you have to talk about it constantly. That's how it was when I was at Warner. One of the big things was, you have to, like, if you wanted Young Justice to survive, and the creator of Young Justice has said the same thing too. If you wanted that show to survive, you would have had, I'm breaking up. You would have had to have you watch it over and over and over again, like literally just put it on a loop. That way, the higher ups who don't watch those shows would have been like, oh, that show's doing pretty well. Let's keep it going. Tubi is owned by Fox. It's the free streaming platform that has a bunch of crap on it. And truly, it's got a bunch of crap. I don't even know if it streams in 1080p. It doesn't look like it. Tubi captured 1% of all TV use in February, moving ahead of Paramount Global's Pluto TV, which is at 0.7%. So streamers have been trying to find a way to really gauge numbers, and they've been trying to move away from Nielsen's rating system. But until a real tool is introduced, we've got Nielsen, which is something that's been used for decades. Nielsen also tweaked the methodology for the gauge so that the cable and broadcast viewing that happens on platforms like YouTube TV and Hulu with Live TV isn't counted twice. In prior monthly rankings, the ratings service attributed viewing of broadcast or cable outlets on so-called VMVPD services as counting toward the shares of both broadcast or cable and streaming services. Starting with February's rankings, such viewing will only be counted towards broadcast or cable. Yeah, why was it counting as streaming? It's not like, I mean, yeah, I can access HBO Max on there or Paramount Plus. I don't know what to say. But it's not like that should really count. Oh, also my allergies are just in full swing. I took a pill. I take the strongest pill that there is, and it's not working this year. I need a neti pot. Okay. In terms of platforms, we've seen a rise in 34.3% of streaming on TV use. Cable has 30. Excuse me, not a rise of 34.3. It's just this is the entirety of it. Streaming is 34.3% of TV use. Cable is 30.2%. Broadcast is 23.8%. And other is 11.7%. What is other? I wonder what other is. Oh, other. Okay, here we go. Tubi is... Oh, okay. So it looks here. So Tubi is the 9th streaming service to break the 1% threshold for TV use and thus be broken out of the other streaming pile. I'm guessing other is like YouTube. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. YouTube is above everybody. When it comes to streaming services, YouTube, not YouTube TV, just YouTube itself, is at 7.9%. This is in terms of usage. Netflix is 7.3%. Hulu is 3.3%. Prime Video is 3%. Disney Plus is 1.8%. HBO Max is 1.3%. Tubi and Peacock are tied at 1%. Pluto TV is at 0.7%. And others are 6.8%. I'm guessing other includes stuff like, I'm going to go over to, because I don't see Paramount Plus on there. I don't see, Prime Video is on there. Paramount Plus. I mean, Vudu maybe, like stuff like Vudu, where it has your movies that you own, but also free streaming stuff, and I guess Movies Anywhere, Google TV, things of that nature. That's the only guess I could have. But it's very important to see these things rise, because that's where the advertisers are going to go. Because now they're going to see an advertise. Fox can go during not sweeps. The thing that happens in the fall and in spring. What's it called? Where they go out and do ads. Oh my God, I've done news time on this twice, I think. Where they go out and sell ads. Anyway, they go out and do that. They can go out and say, hey, advertisers, or sell ads. Hey, advertisers, this is what we can do. This is what Tubi has on lock. We have these many people. Do you have these many people watching? They're watching Monsters vs. Aliens with commercials. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword with commercials. I don't even know what's on Tubi right now. I do have a list over there of things I want to watch, but I don't want to. Jesus Christ! I think if Tubi, if they get I'm looking at the things that they have, like movies called "I Got the Hookup 2," and Secrets and Lies and Ma's House. All they have to do is give me $20,000, $50,000, and I will make 35 and ticking. These are things that just look so cheaply made. I will give them, if they give me $100,000, I will give them the greatest show or movie that they could ask for. If it's a show, they have to give me $500,000. If it's a movie, $500,000. There's a movie called School Dance. And let's see. And then they have all these things, and then they have all these crappy things. McGraw Avenue, Murda Payne is starring in this. And they have all these things, and then they have them mixed together with movies like the Power Rangers remake and Rush Hour and White Men Can't Jump and Jason Statham movies and Proud Mary. It's ridiculous. Hey, let's keep on with the streaming track. Disney Plus users. Well, hold on. Let me do this story first. YouTube has raised the price of YouTube TV by $8 from $64.99 to $72.99. $9. I don't know. I'm bad at math. By $8. They also lowered the price of their 4K Plus add-on to $10 per month, which is something I would not buy in the first place. I'm not gonna. It was $20 before, but I'm not buying that regardless. It's the first price increase in 3 years since Viacom joined, I believe, because they rose it by 15 for them, I think. And it firmly puts them at the same territory as Hulu with Live TV. Now, Hulu with Live TV is without ads. I saw on CNBC this morning, some analysts said it was $70. No, that's with ads. Hulu with Live TV without ads, which is the one I think most people will go to with a discrepancy of $6, is $76. Whereas YouTube TV is $73, and they said it was due to rising content costs. I believe that if questioned about this, Google would defend this decision by saying, hey, prices are going up to keep the channels that you love, and we can't keep losing channels. With that being said, they need to reintroduce the Tennis Network and MLB if they're going to raise it to $73. They can't keep taking things away, this is insane that two major channels have left in the past couple of years, and we're paying the brunt of the costs by not even having them. Now, I think Google's also defense would come they said they just got the NFL Sunday Ticket franchise, and that's still going to cost money. The same analyst on CNBC on Squawk Box this morning said that he's like, yeah, they also got NFL Sunday Ticket, and that's going to be a big advantage for users, but you still have to pay money for that. That's still going to be $120. just to watch out of market games or to watch all the football games. They are going to pay an average of $2 billion a year just for the Sunday Ticket franchise. Apparently, they also tested free ad-supported streaming channels on YouTube. On YouTube proper. Now the thing is, a rise in price is to be expected. And that was sorry, that story was from the Wall Street Journal, written by Denny Jacob. But now, is that something that's going to be the norm? I mean, we've seen Netflix go from 7 to 10 to 15 to now $20, and we've seen Disney Plus raise its prices, which we'll get to in a second. Apple TV Plus is probably going to raise its prices at some point. I would bet money that in the next year it'll go up by at least $2. By max $2, minimum $1, because I think Apple Music went up by $1. And then Hulu has gone up in price too. Who else? Amazon Prime has changed. Prime Video has gone up because of Prime, I think at one point. And HBO Max has gone up. And Paramount Plus has done some rejiggering. And Peacock's gotten rid of the free streaming. It's not fascinating. It's business. Disney Plus users paid up when the price rose, according to Robbie Whelan at the Wall Street Journal. And it's a real gamble depending on how your product is. Are people going to want to pay to continue watching? The only reason, even if it's for something as small as, all right, this month Netflix has Stranger Things. Next month they've got a movie with, Ali Wong I want to see. Just things that will keep people hooked. Because some people they pick up something and they drop it. They for me, I twice a year I get Spotify because they offer 3 months for $10 at the top of the year and at the bottom of the year, and I go, all right, great, I'll get it at those points, and I'll have 6 months to change that algorithm for me. So Disney Plus, when the price rose, it barely blinked at a 38% price increase that the company imposed. Subscribers barely blinked at that 38% price increase. They started at $6.99 and now it's $10.99. Disney declined to comment on Antenna's numbers. Excuse me. About 94% of subscribers to the old ad-free Disney Plus service stayed with the product at a higher price point and swallowed the $3 a month increase, according to subscription analytics firm Antenna. Disney declined to comment, but the data suggested the company has some headroom to raise the streaming price beyond the current level of $10.99 a month. I didn't know it was $10.99 a month. Have I just been letting this thing go? I thought it was still like $8 or something. Oh, Jesus. Well, I have the bundle. So I think the bundle's like $20. And then at some point, they're going to want to see, I think Iger has said that they want to sell off Hulu assets. That analyst I saw on CNBC this morning on Squawk Box, he also mentioned that, and he said that the original idea for Hulu was for a place to have all the stuff that Disney and NBC and all these other networks had. But now that they all have their own places, it doesn't make sense for them to continue to support that because it's a loss leader because of Hulu with live TV, mostly. Not even a leader. I do think YouTube TV is a better product, though. I would have Hulu with live TV, but it is very convoluted. But the more competition, the better, I think, when it comes to anything. You can't just have... Like, if everybody had an iPhone, there'd be no reason for them to innovate. And they're not innovating, but whatever. The Antenna data also showed that Disney Plus ad-supported product grew faster in the first 3 months than Netflix did. Who's going to Disney Plus and going, I want to watch ads? The ad version of Disney Plus costs $8 a month. Ad-supported versions of Disney Plus accounted for 20% of new signups in December, 27% in January, and 36% in February. Netflix, with ads, accounted for 9% of new signups in November, 15% in December, and 19% in January. That product costs $7 per month. And then HBO Max's, with ads, represented 14% of new subs in January 2021, 16 in July, and 21 in August. That's at $10 per month. So what it comes down to is what do you have to offer in terms of benefit for the audience for your streaming product, and why would they want to stay with you? Like, what is the point? For me, I guess for Disney Plus, it'd be watching The Simpsons. If The Simpsons was not on Disney Plus and it was on Hulu still, there's a very strong chance I would not have Disney Plus at this point in time. I wouldn't know the majesty of The Mandalorian or Bluey. Actually, would I watch Bluey? Yeah, I'd probably still watch Bluey. Because I have YouTube TV, there's no doubt in my mind I'd still watch Bluey. I love Bluey so much. It's so funny. YouTube TV, what will it take for it's like at some point we're gonna see a drop off, because the joke is that it's getting up there. Like you quit cable to not pay so much for streaming. But I have a friend who I split YouTube TV with. Please don't tell Google. But we texted about the price increase, which is now going to take us up to the higher echelon. But with the split it better. But now she told me that our mutual friend pays $180 for cable, $180, and she lives in a home. What are you doing? And Nova and I, we love cable. We love YouTube TV, which is the streaming cable. And if you're watching the video, Nova is up here. Thank you, baby. And we love the YouTube TV product. But at some point, it's going to have to change and innovate and actually add to the subscription. Because $73 per month, taking away channels and hiding gatekeeping, 4K and offline viewing behind other inside. Hey, stop it! Inside subscriptions is just a cruel thing. And I'll say the same thing for Netflix. 4K should not be behind a $20 paywall. Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, Paramount, they all offer, even though Paramount's is kind of wonky, they all offer 4K and sometimes Peacock. Sometimes. It's really, I think it's dependent on the project, because they all offer 4K on their main thing. But for Peacock, I had to, in order to watch Poker Face, I had to use the LG TV app, because, ma'am, you have 11 minutes till you eat. I had to use the LG TV app because the HDR on the Chromecast with Google TV was not good, even though it's good for other stuff, but not for the Peacock TV app. Anyway, all right, that being said, whatever. Okay, we're done here. Listen, if you like what you heard here, head to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where I talk to your favorite comedians and I give them interviews. I just did India de Beaufort from Night Court and Stephanie Weir from Mad TV and Night Court. Hopefully we have some more lined up soon. I got the emails, and I will badger those people until I get my interviews. You can follow, if you want to see a video version of the show, head to youtube.com/cpluscomedy, where you can see video versions of the other podcasts, like Late Night Lately, the Late Night Show, which is the late night show podcast where I talk about what happened in the week of late night, as well as LinkedIn Logs, where I try to become the number one LinkedIn influencer, as well as now the number one OnlyFan, which I forgot about when I recorded today. So those two things. And what else? You can also see, stop. She's eating the food that's right there on this. If you watch the video, I have snacks because my kitchen is small. I have snacks over here in the dining room on a wire rack, and she likes to, and it's on 3 tiers, except for the baking stuff is on the 2nd tier, but everything else is on 3 tiers, and she likes to eat that and pretend she's the hungriest cat in the world. And then she likes to go over to the rain jacket that's hanging on the coat closet door, and she wants to eat that as well. Pretend she's the hungriest thing in the world, but this morning she refused to eat her fish and sardines. Ridiculous. These kids are getting to me. Anyway, youtube.com/C+Comedy, see all that stuff. Plus News Time, which is the premier news show, which is, I have episode ideas. I just have not done it yet. Yeah. Premiere. It's like the Daily Show, except way less funny. Subscribe to all of those, the podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Social media, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at C+Comedy, me at Chad Black White. Tell your friends. This is great. Everybody's fans of everything. All right. We're going to do the outro to the show. Did I do the real intro? Did I do the right intro to the show? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Bye.